3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum, and today we are continuing to head down Trainer Lane with the Beech, the Model 18. Now, I always marvel at production numbers. This thing is going to blow your mind. But first, my serendipitous assistant, who has what's going on with the hat, huh? What is it? We're getting like everybody else where we've got like Christmas decorations out in July. I thought this was, or I saw it from a distance. I thought I might be like the Mayan thunder god or something. But here we go. We're going to toss this across the camera there, and Jason got it. We're talking about the Beech, the Model 18. Now, the Model 18 is interesting, and this is not a Model 18. This is an A26, but it allows me to fill my hands. And maybe when the Beech sleeps, this is what it dreams at night, being an invader. Now, the Beech Model 18 was developed because the Army Air Corps needed a twin-engine trainer, and they were thinking about everything. Because remember, we're talking about trainers. We're not just talking about pilots, Jason. We're talking about navigators, bombardiers, gunners, and this thing covered all the roles. In fact, I'm going to give you a number that's going to blow you away in a minute. But it was 6 to 11 seats, 225 miles an hour. It was produced, now here's where the numbers start to get, this thing was amazing. It was produced from 1937 to 1969. First flight was in January of 1937. It had, right now, in the United States right now, there are roughly 240 of these still on the FAA registry, which is absolutely amazing. In the time frame that we're talking about here for World War II, there were 4,500 of them produced. Now, the interesting thing is of the U.S. Air Force bombardiers and navigators, Jason, how many do you think trained on this thing? 90% were in Beech 18s. And by the way, Greg can throw up the variants. There were a ton of variants in this thing, and we could do a program that's about 2.5 hours long, but we're not going to do that. But 90% of bombardiers and navigators trained on this aircraft, which I'm not sure there's another one. The T-6 picked up all the pilots and things like that, mostly for the U.S. Army Air Corps, but this thing was just absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to put it on its spindle because I'm going to go with my salute today, and my salute is to those other bomber crew members. So these bomber crews, when they went into harm's way, they had to work together, and that meant gunners had to do what they were trained, navigators, and they're doing it under stress. Remember, there's the enemy on the other side of this is a thinking enemy. They're learning, they're figuring out your tactics, and they're doing everything. You're attacking their homeland. They are committed to stopping you and killing you if they can. They don't want you to come back. So these crews at the very beginning had to have a foundation of training. And all of this focus and expertise, it got better on missions because when you're actually up against, as I said, those people that are trying to kill you, you learn pretty quick, right? You either learn or you're dead. But it all starts with good training. And the training that the pilots, the navigators, the bombardiers, the gunners, the maintenance people, everybody, if you think about the number of aircraft that the United States fielded, they lost a lot of people in training accidents. I don't want to gloss over that, but they were able to field vast amounts of airplanes. That is a feat that I'm not sure will ever be equaled again because we're not going to use that many people in skilled positions in these aircraft. But what an amazing feat. And it all starts with that training. So today, the folks I'm going to salute are the folks that did all that training, and not just the pilots, like I said, but in this case, the bombardiers and the navigators and all of the folks that made this happen. I'm going to do this with a knee-high orange soda. Tradition since 1924. Naturally, artificially flavored, 190 calories, so it's in the ballpark. It has a California Redemption certificate, so this one is not too far off. I don't see naturally and artificial flavored, not a member of the Pure Cane Sugar Mafia. That's putting that Pure Cane Sugar. So we're going to get it. Oh, it fizzed a little bit, so it may actually not be completely rancid. To all of those navigators and bombers and the folks that trained them in the U.S. Army Air Corps, I salute you. You know, Jason, I've come to, it's summer, I'm getting a little lazy. I took a really big swig there. If this had been bad, I would likely be on my way to poison control right now, but it wasn't too bad. Another shot. That is actually not bad. Unfortunately, it's the summer, so it's hot in our hangar. It's not as cold, but I bet you if it was cold, it's like super cold, it would be pretty good. So this aircraft was incredibly prolific. It is often confused with the Beech Electra. People confuse it all the time. I do it sometimes myself, I'm going to admit it. A little known fact is what got production going. The Nationalist Chinese Air Force actually was one of the first order takers on this airplane. So they actually got production going in the late 30s. Also, Air America in Vietnam used these quite a bit, extensively for moving people and cargo clandestinely. Those aircraft, they were modified by a company, and they were known by the company that they were modified by. They were called Conrad 10-2s. Now, one downside of an airplane that has this much longevity is what? Jason, are you looking at me? This aircraft had spar corrosion problems, which we run into a lot of these airplanes. The spar would corrode or crack, enough so that in 1975, the FAA issued a airworthiness directive on the airplane. It was such a concern that Australia has actually put a lifetime hours cap on the airplane that you can fly it. So after hours, it's actually retired. So the airplane will continue to go on, but I have some feeling that at some point, because of fatigue concerns, airframe fatigue, that these aircraft will pass into history. There are a number of them in various museums, and like I said, being flown. So I'm not going to normally list, if they're fairly rare, the museums. They're in museums all over, both in the United States and everywhere else. And you can probably see one flying somewhere if you really want to. So get out there and check out that Beech Model 18. Now, if you are sitting home this summer and you want something to do, this is a great Rosie the Riveter. This is a Norman Rockwell, suitable for framing. Jason will, of course, manufacture this and run down to the mailbox. He won't manufacture it, but he will run to the mailbox and mail you one of these. This is actually really cool. It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and you should check that out and get one of these in your house right away. If you can't watch us on YouTube, we and any of our other media, Facebook, Instagram, we do one-take Warbird videos. Just one take. I get up here, I knock it out. If you are okay with the fact that we don't have all that slick production, we are your channel. Give us a subscription if you would. We'd love if you subscribe to the channel and forward us to other people that might like our content. If you're educating the kiddos at home, we have the links in the description. Look below the video for our study guides. They are free. You can download them and teach the kids. If you're homeschooling, they're great. Or you just want to, you can go through them, look for some fun activities to give the kids to do. There are things in there that they can make at home, so that's a lot of fun. So enjoy our teacher's guides. And lastly, none of this stuff works without dinero, without money. We can sure use your donations. There is a donation link in the comments section. Click on it, send us a couple of bucks. We're constantly doing restoration, and we're going to be adding some airplanes that we're going to talk about, which is really exciting. We'll pick up actually to the collection. I'm going to tease you. We're going to add probably 4 more aircraft to the collection here over the next 6 months, and I'll do some stand-ups on that, so you get to see that. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.
Day, all my fears have gone away. I guess this means I'm here to stay. Yeah, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly. Wasn't long ago I shook at the thought of being hooked. But ever since I wrote my book, I'm ready to fly, ready to fly.
Come along and join us, we can plug you in a simulator. We'll teach you how to dance and be the perfect imitator. We'll give away all your music to the operator. We were born with a light to shine, and we can do it in our lifetime. And when we get the balance right, oh, we're riding on the satellite.
Satellite.
We're here also.
I was watching down the park, saw them hitting the beat. The sound that emanated, it was really sweet. Told them of a shyer man bitten twice, and gave a little old school good advice. Pretend is not the thing, got to be yourself. Honesty, integrity,